have a very vivid recollection of when Yaris came into the world. I was working for another company, so Toyota was not the reference point at all, and Yaris was shown at the motor shop. And it looks like Toyota just skipped 2 generations or something and suddenly became relevant in this segment. It's been a great story, and it's not over yet.
Good morning, Matt.
I thought you only existed on Skype.
Yes, me too. It's the first time we see each other for
I know,
something.
3 months at least, yeah. It must be 3 months, yeah.
So, you know, this COVID has changed our life, so
Tell
we
me.
need to adapt.
I know.
So that's why we still want to talk about the new Yaris. It's a very important car for us.
Yeah.
So, and we want to do something special that everyone can see, not being together.
Yeah.
So we decided to do this kind of video. And then we would like you now to make a bit the introduction on the background of the car and also to explain why this car is so important for Toyota in Europe.
Yeah, let's do
So
it.
let's go.
Yeah.
This one? Yeah. This one is here. Okay. And you don't...
I just say what I want. Exactly. There's always something extremely special for me about Yaris. My attachment to it goes back before I actually joined the company. But here we have a car that was designed in Europe, you know, really targeted at European consumers, and was actually going to be built in a new factory in north of France, in Europe as well. So it was a complete reset of Toyota's ambition and a turning point for the brand in Europe. And it's been incredibly exciting, you know, over the last 20 years to have played a part in realizing that ambition. It's been a very successful journey from 1.5% segment share with Starlet to winning European Car of the Year with the first generation in 2000, seeing our share climb towards 5%, beyond 5% with the second generation car. And, you know, who'd have thought with this generation 3 that in its final year we would be struggling to keep up. You know, demand is way ahead of supply, and we're talking about a segment share that, if we could have kept up with supply, probably would have been 8% or higher. We don't believe that's going to come to an end now. We think with the new generation product, the journey's not finished. You know, the next generation Yaris gives us significantly more opportunity. I mean, Yaris customers are already the most loyal that we have, but with the new design and with a new platform in terms of its improved dynamic capability of the car and a next generation hybrid system as well, the combination of this clearly gives us, I think, by far the most conquest power that we've had for a couple of generations. Strengthen our appeal to maybe a younger, different group of customers that we've never previously appealed to with Yaris.
I think that covers beautifully the story. Yeah. Yeah.
What didn't we say?
Thank you very much. Okay.
It's closer to the first generation in terms of the package ingenuity. You know, that big, small, you know, looking very compact from exterior, but very roomy inside. And this one's gone back to be a bit more unique and have its own identity, and it's based on its own sort of Yaris DNA. I mean, this looks quite premium, prestige. Gives it that dynamic feeling in terms of athletic. Whereas this is flared higher up, so it gives it that, as you say, that poise and that dynamic
it really
stance.
gives you the impression that this is a thing that's going to stick to the road.
All the lines are here are all sort of purposeful, distinctive lines. You have lines, as I think you said, looks complicated.
Yes.
So you have lines that create complexity on this, whereas here the lines are very simple and very purposeful.
And they all hold together very well. Okay, well, I really look forward to seeing it on the roads.
We know with TNGA that we've not disappointed in terms of the driving dynamic performance. So I think the driving experience will match the styling and the expectations.
The Yaris ID is since ever big from the inside, but small from the outside. And this is actually our biggest, smallest Yaris ever. No, I hope so. I usually don't use makeup that often, so I don't know.
Let's see.
The funny thing is, in every segment in the automotive industry, the cars with every generation are getting slightly bigger. Just slightly, but getting bigger and bigger. The new Yaris is actually staying true to its identity and is getting smaller. We reduced the length very slightly by 5 millimeters. The height is actually lowered by 40 millimeters. At the same time, we were able to increase the wheelbase by up to 50 millimeters, which gives the car a better stance on the road and at the same time, more space in the interior. Especially in city driving, this makes the car easy to drive in city, especially in parking, in very tiny roads, very easy to manage the drivability. The thing you will immediately notice is the front and rear wings and the sculpted door panels, which gives this car very strong character lines. You have very strong lines from the bonnet, following the roof until the end of the car, and especially the wheel arches are a little bigger, which gives it also a very dynamic drive and a dynamic look. The LED headlights are extended into the front wings to reduce the front overhang. The A-pillars are also pulled back, which gives the Yaris a more sporty image. With its wider stance and its T-cross design in the grille, it gives the impression of a starter in the blocks. When you see the car, you have immediately the feeling it's ready to go. In the interior, we are using very high-quality materials. Everything you touch, the patterns, the illumination, but also the sounds are improved, where you immediately feel a kind of premium feeling in just a B-segment car. The dashboard has been lowered to increase the view on the street. The Yaris is mainly focusing on the driver. In this case, we are following the concept of less is more. So we were trying to reducing the eye movement of the driver. We have a binocular system, which we are sure our drivers will appreciate, a multi-information system, as well as the head-up display, which is first and unique in segment 10-inch and colored. Every information the driver needs while driving is already in the view of the driver. Because the best way you drive a car is you focus on the road. So hands on the wheel, eyes on the road.
Thank you very much.
Can I interview you?
I like the fact that you're just going towards a bubble form,
Yeah.
but you've been able to give it detail.
Yeah, you see on one of the, the lines, the side lines, the very detail what you see from the side, which makes this, let's say, car and this form so special.
It's almost disappearing for so many cars, the form's there,
Yeah.
but they've actually brought it back.
Indeed.
They brought back
especially this,
Yeah.
let's say, the wheel arches to be bumped out a bit more, which gives it a way better form.
Yeah.
Yes, so we've from the very start, it has been a cooperation between. So actually, we have reduced the center of gravity by about 12 millimeters. We have also.
So much easier my job as hero.
And you have driven any of our models on the TNGA platform, on the C platform or the K platform, like the new Corolla or the new CHR, you will understand the step up which TNGA thinking brings to the fourth generation Yaris. One of the concepts which we have been following is confident and natural confidence, in a way that we want the driver and the passenger to feel confident in any type of driving circumstances, and natural in a way that the vehicle will respond exactly as the driver expects it to do. We have been set out to make our new Yaris responsive, agile, fun to drive, especially in urban driving conditions. A large contributor to improve the engagement of the driver is to improve the driving position in the vehicle. So we have reduced the seating position, we have moved it backwards with 60 millimeters, and this combined with a more ergonomic setup of the steering wheel and also an increased telescopic range gives a driving position which really makes you feel connected with the car when you're driving. We have fitted new front and rear suspensions on the car. We have been able to lower the center of gravity, and which all contributes to achieving a much better performance on the vehicle itself. We have improved the stability, we have been able to shorten the stopping distance. The center of gravity is lower, but also the weight balance between front and rear and left and right is positioned towards the center of the car, which contributes largely to reducing the stopping distances and the body roll. This combined also with a significant increase of body rigidity, which reduced the noise and vibration levels in the cabin when driving. Well, I'm sure that everybody who drives our new Yaris or any of our models on the TNGA platform will definitely feel a step up in dynamic performance of the car.
Okay. Thanks, Luke. That was
Thank
great.
you very much.
Cheers.
Nice talking to you. Thank you.
Is that molded steel or is that stamped steel?
For the steel we are using a lot of high tension steel for the property that you can go thinner.
Yes.
But it will keep a very high stiffness.
Yes.
So that will result in high rigidity, high torsional stiffness, but also in a low weight.
Okay.
Also we have used a lot of CAE technology, so computer engineering,
Yes.
to optimize the shape of the platform itself. So you can see on the back we've also made some cutouts to remove steel where there is no need for
Of
steel.
course, exactly. Weight becomes the absolute essential.
Yes, yes.
Toyota always leads the hybrid technology. Now we are making the hybrid even better. We already introduced 15 million cars globally. So Yaris is the first full hybrid B-segment vehicle in the world. Yaris customer already choose 60% of the hybrid. I believe this new hybrid technology will increase that number. We developed every component like engine and trans-axle motor and the power control unit and the battery. We can achieve the 40% fuel thermal efficiency plus cooling capability. We changed the oil pump and finally we can achieve the electric driving mode to the 130 kph. This battery can charge double. This means you can regenerate the battery by braking. So let's say 27% lighter than current model. And to look at the output, it's increased to 50%. So you can drive very easy as a electric drive mode, and acceleration is very quick than current model. So this is very adapted to the Europe market. Of course, my European market need more deep brake and deep deceleration. If you want to keep the electric mode, you have to carefully push the axle pedal. You can keep electric drive mode very easy. Vehicle have to follow the driver's intentions. That's our message, linearity.
Okay. That's great. Everyone feels the heat under those lights.
Yeah, and also I'm feeling now very nervous. So.
Oh no. You're doing a great job.
Maybe I should speak more naturally. Yeah, so this powertrain has compactness and very powerful and very efficient. If you look at this engine, so it's first time to adapt the 3-cylinder engine for the TNGA. You can feel the confident and natural drive very easy in Europe situations. Yes, so this is a first 3-cylinder engine of the TNGA.
And you've used a balance to remove the vibrations.
Yes, so thanks to the balance mass, it reduces the vibration. Also, we utilize the motor. Motor also has to say the control to reduce the vibrations. In the electric driving mode, only this motor activates. And if engine turn, this motor kicks in the engines, and this motor has to reflect the engine torque to regenerate the power. Thanks to the new software, so we always optimize the motor responsibility. So how much we will use this motor to achieve the good fuel consumption. Thank you.
As an engineer, as a father, as a husband, of course, you want to have a car that is safe for yourself, for your family, for other road users, as much as possible.
Peter, how are you?
Everything okay?
Yes, okay. Ready?
Yep. It's a very big challenge to make it as compact as possible and as safe as possible at the same time, but that is, I believe, exactly what we've done. Safety, I believe, is probably one of our biggest challenges, because Toyota as a whole has a long-term vision of going for 0 fatalities on the road. So we're constantly pushing the envelope of how far we can go in improving safety on the road. Since it became Car of the Year, the first generation Yaris, we've always designed the Yaris to be state-of-the-art and to be best in class. We've reconfirmed that by the second generation Yaris, with the first Yaris to achieve a 5-star rating on Euro NCAP, and also the first compact car in the segment to have knee airbags. The third generation Yaris was the first in segment to offer a wide range of active safety systems as a standard and not as an option. For the fourth generation, again, we tried to set the bar a little bit higher or considerably higher. On one side, there's passive safety, and there, of course, the rigidity of the body will help to protect passengers and drivers in case of an accident. Additionally, the fourth generation Yaris will be the first one to have the central airbag. So this is to protect both passenger and driver in case of a side collision. But of course, in general, the systems that we aim for the most are the active safety systems, which are the ones which should avoid a collision in the first place. Which we will be able to show is, of course, the radar which is behind this cover, and the camera which is there. One of the biggest changes is, of course, from a sensor point of view, we have moved from a laser scanner and a camera combination to a radar and camera combination. And this allows us to level up the performance of many active safety systems. The pre-collision system has been considerably expanded. It now also includes pedestrian and cyclist recognition, both in daytime and in nighttime scenario. Another system, I think, which has been considerably enhanced is the lane keeping assist. So we've moved from a warning system to a full steering assist system, which has been fully integrated to the adaptive cruise control. This means you will be able to go to full stop and go traffic, and you will get acceleration and deceleration support and steering support even in traffic jam condition. We've also added an intersection assist. So when you are at an intersection and you take a left turn or a right turn and a pedestrian is crossing the street, if in case you didn't notice him, the system will also prompt a warning and will prompt an active brake to avoid collision with a crossing pedestrian. Additionally, we've implemented evasive steering support, which is a system that will support the driver during an evasive maneuver. The ICS system basically supports you when you're manually parking the car. If the ultrasonic sensors in the back of the car detect an object that you are about to hit, it will initiate an automatic braking to avoid that you make a very simple but very annoying scratch on your car, which will cost you a lot to repair. From a competitor point of view, I think this is the most complete active safety package, which again, same as last generation, is offered as a standard package. We've always tried to keep a good balance between making the systems, the active safety systems, as safe as possible, increase the safety as much as possible, but not be too intrusive to reduce the driving pleasure.
So have you been testing the Yaris out on the road? Where have you been driving it?
We have a couple of standard test courses that we do because, of course, we need to check all countries' conditions. So we do Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Austria, Italy, France, Spain and UK. There are some systems like adaptive cruise control, pre-crash systems. You can fully tune it in a kind of laboratory environment. But systems like road sign assist, systems like lane trace assist, you need to be on the road with the exact environment.
Exactly.
It's very simple things, but the lane markings are different in every country because even if there is regulation, sometimes they're not followed or the maintenance is not good. And the customer doesn't care if you say, yeah, but that one is out of regulation, so they just want the system to work, basically. So another simple thing is, for example, road banking. So all the roads are slightly slanted to make sure that the rain it doesn't stay on the road. But for lane trace assist system, the camera doesn't recognize the angle of the road. So it's constantly being pulled out of balance.
Okay.
And you need to be able to deal with that, and that's a very sensitive tuning challenge.
You're behind the wheel as well as behind the computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then with the dinner and with the drink, you know, and it's chat. This is Toyota, and it's never the case. So
Welcome. I'm Yasunori Suezawa, the chief engineer for the new Yaris. I experienced the roads of Europe quite a lot. The new Yaris, especially for Europe. That's why it was so important for us to meet European drivers, to capture their high appreciation of quality, and fully test the new Yaris on European road. European drivers have a big, small character of the Yaris. We wanted to keep that and to emphasize it even more. Now, with lower, wider proportions, it has the stance of an athlete on the starting blocks. It really is ready to go.